Okay, this is the case number 2068, the application of Evan and Susie Class for a special permit is set forth in General Laws, Chapter 48, Section 6, under Orleans zoning bylaw, Sections 16421A and 16421C, to renovate a pre-existing dwelling which is non-conforming with respect to sideline and coastal bank setbacks. This property is located at 40 Gibson Road, Orleans, map number 19, parcel number 23. There are 4 members of the zoning board present. Let the record reflect that have been power outages in certain portions of the town of Orleans, and we are entitled to proceed with 4 members constituting a quorum. However, in this case,
Bruce came in late, so we have 5.
excuse me, we have 5. But that was my error. We have 5 members. You need to convince 4 of us of the relief you're looking for. I'm asking any of the board members whether you've been in communication with the applicant or any of the applicant's agents about the application, which ought to be disclosed to the public and the board. There's no positive response. Therefore, I declare that the board is indifferent and impartial. So you may proceed, sir, and identify yourself.
My name is George Riley, and I'm representing the Classes. Their house on the town cove essentially has 2 wings, a 2-story wing and a single-story wing. The single-story wing is 9 feet from the sideline, and they would like to raise the ridge line on that section 5.4 feet or 5.3 feet, thus increasing the amount of volume within the 25-foot setback, and also renovate the foundation, which is the older part of the building. So that would increase the volume by about 2,372 cubic feet. Further, the cove side on the water side is 10 feet from the top of the coastal bank, where I think it's required to be 34 feet. The building is 22.8 feet tall in the tallest section. And there's going to be no change to the footprint of the building, no increase in the bedrooms or the number of rooms. It's just to increase the volume within that portion of the house, which is mainly a living room and a kitchen. The project went before the Conservation Commission August 1st, and they've issued an order of conditions on the project approving the proposal. Would you like me to go through the criteria here?
Mr. Riley, I'll ask, does any member of the board wish for a recitation other than what the applicant has included in the application?
No.
No, that won't be necessary. You could address yourself simply to the situation, that you're not increasing any of the present measurements by the new structure.
The only part that I may mention is that they're putting in a new window which has a slight cantilever, which increases the volume about 14 square feet. But apart from that, there's no change. There's no change in the footprint because the foundation is exactly the same.
The window is cantilevered?
Yeah, it comes out like a point here, and it's slight, like a window seat, sort of. Gotcha.
Like a bay or a
Like a bay window, yeah. I think if you look at the plan, you can on the elevation you can see it's slightly extended away from the. But that's really the only. And actually, that doesn't come closer to the coastal bank than the initial building. I think it's 10.2 feet is its Now it's 10.1 feet.
Did you say they're replacing the foundation under this section of building?
They're going to, they didn't want to replace the foundation, so I think there's a letter from the structural engineer, but essentially they're going to put in pilings to reinforce the foundation, so they don't have to go in and excavate everything.
All right.
Does it involve raising it?
Now, not more than just enough to get the
Right.
piling to rest, to take the weight of the structure. But they're not going to like raise it up or anything like that, no. No, I think the whole point was not to have to do that.
Really supporting it,
Right, with a series of concrete pilings on the sides and underneath in the middle. It's the foundation is really quite old and it's really deteriorated. So
sonotube type?
sonotube with a larger footing at the bottom. Yeah, I think there's a letter to that effect from the engineers saying that. I think it's in the packet, or if it's not, I can certainly get you that.
Are there any questions of the applicant by any members of the board? Hearing no claim for questions, I'm going to ask whether there's anyone present who wishes to speak in favor of or in opposition to this application. No positive response. Let the record reflect that the file submitted to the Zoning Board of Appeals does not contain any correspondence in favor of or in opposition to the application. Contains only the application itself and the proof of adequate notice to those people and owners who were entitled to notice under the statute. Do you have anything further to offer, Mr. Riley?
No, I think that's sufficient. The only thing I can say is the visual impact there was from the cove is it's virtually invisible with the vegetation from the coastal bank. So it's I don't think it'll even be noticeable.
The application appropriately showed a photograph taken from the water.
Right.
I'll close the, if those are any questions, I'll close the hearing for the taking of evidence and ask if there's any discussion on the application. In that case, we'll entertain a motion to issue or approve the application for the issuance of a special permit. Is there such a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion on the motion? All those in favor?
Aye.
And opposed? The motion carries unanimously. Then I will write the opinion.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Riley.
Thank you.
Thank you for your patience.
Thank you.
There's nothing further on the, oh, yes, there is. Yeah, housekeeping. It would be appropriate to
Thank you.
approve the minutes of the last meeting, which were circulated.
I move their approval.
Second.
And all those in favor?
Aye.
And opposed? The motion carries unanimously. I thought that there was an individual who had submitted a citizen interest form to the Board of Selectmen for appointment to the Board of Appeals.
I didn't hear about that.
I received it sometime in late August. I understood that that person was going to be interviewed by the Board of Selectmen on, say, September 8th. But I've heard nothing since then. In any event, so right now, we have no new members, but I did receive a notice that the annual committee orientation meeting is being
I
held,
didn't get that either, huh?
is being held,
It was sent regular mail, it wasn't sent registered.
was being held
I have a habit of
next
forgetting
week.
that I exist.
This is, in case you haven't been to it, I really urge you to spend an hour doing it. If you have already, then I don't think it's probably not necessary, except for enrichment. But Mr. Ford does a wonderful job in describing accoutrements of boards, such as executive session and correspondence, and correspondence between members, so that, we do things legitimately. There's no further business. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Can you forward that email to everyone?
I will, yes.
So moved.
It just came in.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.